Happy Halloween, degenerates. It is the Halloween special, and we are here at DGen Hours giving you college football week 10. The action is electric. I'm Cade Klubnik, the Heisman, but in Batman form. We have Alan. He's joining us here from Vegas.
Yes, I am.
We have
NFL Mike, the worst better of all time, a terrifying sight for all bettors.
21% of the year. It's very fantastic. And then we have
Tommy Shelby.
Thomas.
You'd like to say? Man of few words. Very few words. Last week's records, throw them up.
Not good.
No one was good.
Yeah, pretty
No one at all.
terrifying. Pretty terrifying.
The Joker f***ed us. I was 50%. Mario was 50%. Ryan, brutal week. 14 for 20. Or 14 20.
That was terrible.
Really bad.
Everything
And
was
Mike, pretty average 5 and 11 week on the season.
Pretty
I moved
much
into
like
first place,
NFL
just
Mike.
about 52%. What were you saying?
NFL Mike took over. It wasn't regular.
We
Yeah,
gotta
he
flip
did.
the script this week.
The
Yeah.
Mortal Luck Parlay, 2-2. Very bad week for us. We were very close the last few weeks. This was not a good one. We're coming back this week. If you're new here, subscribe. We're giving away $1,000 every week. Stay tuned till the end for the picks. But we're getting right into the games.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting right into the action. Best game of the week, Ohio State, Penn State. Tune in Friday. We have its own episode for that.
Bang!
Oh, yeah.
Such
Go
a big
Buckeyes.
game. We had to talk about it then. But we have two games we want to talk about before we give you all our picks. First game, Pitt at SMU. SMU 7.5 point home favorites. Total 59.5. Thomas Shelby, I'm going to you for the first one.
Thomas Shelby.
Well, this game. What can I say? Both teams are fucking gypsies. Don't care about this game. Not going to be betting it, but I'd go SMU minus 7.5.
Sharp line.
Yeah. Nothing to say. Hate Pitt. Hate SMU.
Fair enough.
Hate everyone.
They're both fucking gypsies.
I will agree that this game is not a competition of my two favorite teams, but I will say that after Pinto McCord, or as he was formerly known as McLaren McCord, was absolutely obliterated by the University of Pittsburgh, I believe in this team. I believe that SMU, after going into an overtime close, narrow win against Duke, what the hell? This is okay. All right. Let's not do that in the house.
Oh, line them up,
Let's
baby!
not-
What are you? We're not,
Jesus
what is this,
Christ.
America? We're not allowed to smoke?
No, that's a good point. All right. Yeah.
Do you have any pass me some?
Oh. Shot,
Bleep
but
that out.
What the f***'s the matter with you?
my bad.
If I want to smoke, I smoke.
Where's,
If you want
If I want to
where's Grace at?
With
Grace.
Whoa.
Grace.
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 Yeah, that's a good
All right.
question. Where the
What's the
Grace?
pick? What's the pick?
Pick
Pitt,
Mike.
the pick is Pitt. So Pitt
Ooh.
plus 7.5.
Pitt plus 7.5.
Pick.
Yeah, this is,
Pitt.
this is one of my favorite games of the year.
Yeah.
Pitt on fire, 7-0. SMU on fire. Their only loss to a ranked team. So give me Pitt plus the 7.5. I think they're very underrated. Their defense, unbelievable last week. 3 pick sixes in the first half. This is a Batman game. This is going to be a dark game, born in the darkness. You're going to win outright at 7.5 point underdogs. Pitt.
Couldn't be more wrong about that pick. If you think I'm going to go against my SMU team total greatest bet of all time, you're absolutely out of your.
Looking a little fruity over there.
What was that? Oh yeah, SMU murder by 14. Daddy knows who's going to win. Don't you worry. I'm going to win. Oh, whoa.
Is that a child?
Yeah, SMU win by a billion, lots of points, but they're going to win by a billion.
Easy now, Carlos.
Yeah, easy, Carlos. You gotta relax down there.
Next game,
Got yourself a
big
situation.
game in the SEC. Texas A&M on fire, going on the road to South Carolina at night. A&M 2.5 point road favorites, total 44.5. Alan, back to you.
I think that this is the scariest line I've ever seen in my life. There's nothing scarier than seeing this line. I'm terrified of this line. That's why I'm going with South Carolina plus 2.5. Because this is the most disgusting line. Texas A&M just has the most impressive wins. They're on fire. And now they're playing South Carolina all of a sudden. They're 2.5. No. South Carolina wins by 2.5. And that's free.
Well, it's the Halloween special. My character is Cade. The Heisman, Cade Klubnik, but in Batman form. And if there's one thing Cade Klubnik knows, it's how bad South Carolina is. They are frauds. They are overrated because of last week's win against Oklahoma. And I have 2 words for you when it comes to A&M. Marcel Reed. This quarterback, when he came in the game, let me pull up these stats. They were down 17-7. He came in with 8 minutes left.
I liked him.
They won.
Dog.
I like him.
Oh, Marcel. Yeah. They were down 38, or they won 38-23 after being down 17-7. Marcel Reed, 9 rushes, 63 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 for 2 through the air, 70 yards. This guy was
Stud.
perfect in a quarter and a half of football. He's gonna rout South Carolina. Not LSU. Sorry, A&M -2.5. Huge.
Huge.
Yeah, so when we look at A&M and their past 5 games, they actually have relatively notable opponents. And the one that I think is most comparable to South Carolina would probably be Mississippi State. Granted, I think South Carolina is a small step above them, but even then, what's A&M still won by 10, and I think that, you know, if they can win by 10 against Mississippi State and South Carolina isn't that much better, I don't see a reason A&M shouldn't cover here as well.
Sharp.
Well said, Michael.
Thank you.
Well said.
Thank you. Okay.
Michael.
All right.
Texas A&M -2.5.
Easy.
Easy.
Mm.
By the order of the Peaky
Wow.
Blinders.
Peaky Blinders by the order.
By the
Peaky Blinders.
I'm
God
excited
damn.
for the Mortal Lock order of the Peaky Blinders.
By the order of the Peaky Blinders.
All right, there you have it. Like I said, biggest game, Ohio State, Penn State, Friday.
Penn State.
Special.
Big episode just on that game. But right now, let's get in all the picks.
The car.
Starting with the game we already talked about. Texas A&M -2.5 at South Carolina. Boise State, SDSU over 56.5. Ole Miss, Arkansas over 53.5. Indiana -7.5 at Michigan State.
Bang.
Arizona, UCF over 55.5. I love points this week. Love points.
Points.
Army -22.5 against Air Force.
Bang.
Navy, shouts out Tyler, -12 at Rice. And Kentucky, +15.5 against Tennessee. 8 picks, 8 wins.
I love
That's
the
it for
number
the
8.
week.
Wow, sharp. I mean, that's sharp.
No, I love that.
NFL
All right.
Mike.
NFL Mike is reading off the list of CFB Mike, which is not much better than NFL Mike. So, you
They're
know,
both
it's
bad.
probably both bad. But let's start with the games that we already went over, which is prelude to the video tomorrow. Penn State +3.5 against Ohio State. Texas A&M -2.5 at South Carolina. And moving out of that into Arkansas +7.5 versus Ole Miss. We have Virginia Tech -3.5 at Syracuse. Ford Pinto McCord, you suck.
Whoa.
Duke +20.5 at Miami. Get back game. Shout out Malik Murphy. I love you and I wish you were Quinn. Army -22.5 versus Air Force. Shout out Armed Forces. Shout out Army. Shout out Ryan. Oregon -15.5 at Michigan. Michigan sucks. Vandy +6.5 at Auburn. Because down with Auburn and up with Vandy. And Diego Pavia for president. So Nebraska -6.5 versus UCLA. And Nebraska UCLA under 40.5. We're going to move into Iowa State -14.5 versus Texas Tech. And then go into Georgia -16.5 versus Florida.
Wow.
Clemson
Oh.
-10.5 versus Louisville. Big ACC matchup.
Huge.
And that's it.
Wow.
Are you sure you didn't want to add any more?
I'm 100% sure.
That was painful.
Why?
I went through training with Rags Al Gould. That was worse.
Oh.
Pitt +7.5 win outright against SMU. Love this game. Texas A&M -2.5 in South Carolina. Easy.
Sorry.
I love it.
What are you doing?
No, I
Shaking the
apologize.
table over
Trying to
there.
bang the
Shaking
table.
Can
I was congratulating us being
Can we go
alive.
5 seconds without it being on mic? Or is it always the mic show?
Mike show.
Oh, Michael.
I'm
Always
grumpy.
Michael.
I'm Batman. I'm grumpy.
Ohio State
Settle down.
-3.5. Go Buckeyes. Clemson -10.5. I think it's at home. At home against Louisville. I'm going to lead us to the promised land. Bat Cade, Heisman Cade. You're going to want to be on this line. Duke +20.5 at Miami. Duke is really good. They easily could have beat SMU last week. They went for 2 in overtime after they scored a touchdown and lost by 1 when they didn't get it. I like this Duke team. Malik Murphy's playing good football. Miami keeps these games close. Miami wins, but I think it's within 10 points.
The voice.
Huh?
I said the voice started to fade a little bit.
I mean, let him finish.
All right,
Can I get through 3 fucking picks?
All right, my bad.
Right.
Like every fucking card. I'm actually through 5 picks.
All right.
The voice. I'm through 5 picks. He's interrupted me 3 times. Do you
Let's
just
get
wanna,
to the sixth
Do you
pick.
want to
No.
fucking read this?
No.
All right,
I'm-
the voice. I'm reading.
All right.
Fuck you, Mike.
All right.
Army minus 22.5.
Michael.
All right. My bad. Onward.
Minnesota minus 2.5. Syracuse plus 3.5. Georgia minus 16.5. Texas Tech plus 14.5. Michigan State plus 7.5. UNC minus 2.5. Oregon minus 15.5. Go ahead. I'm done. I don't want to deal with this.
All right. Boise State team total over 40.5. Ole Miss minus 7.5 versus Arkansas. Memphis UTSA over 16.5. Virginia Tech Syracuse over 53.5. Syracuse team total over 24.5. North Carolina minus 2.5 versus Florida State. Miami minus 20.5 versus Duke. Miami team total over 37.5. Ohio State Go Buckeyes minus 3.5 versus Penn State. Penn State. Army Air Force over 41.5 because Army team total over 31.5. NC State minus 9.5 for Stanford. Oregon minus 15.5 versus Michigan. Old Dominion minus 2.5 for App State. And Old Dominion App State over 16.5. Navy minus 12 versus Rice. Shout out Tyler. Shout out Navy. Marshall minus 10.5 versus UL Marone. Nebraska minus 6.5 versus UCLA. Kansas State Houston over 46.5. Indiana minus 7.5 versus Michigan State. Georgia minus 16.5 versus Florida. Wyoming New Mexico State over 59.5. Fresno State minus 13.5 versus Hawaii. USC Washington over 55.5. Clemson Louisville over 16.5. Clemson minus 10.5. Clemson team total over 36.5. Texas A&M South Carolina under 44.5. Tennessee minus 15.5 versus Kentucky. TCU Baylor over 64.5. TCU team total over 30.5. Baylor team total over 34.5. SMU Pitt over 59.5. And high on every fucking guard. SMU team total over 34.5.
Wow.
There you have it.
Well said, Ryan.
Thank you.
Well said.
Holy smokes, that was impressive.
It's Mortal Lock time. This is the time we parlay our 4 games. Give you $1,000 if you're subscribed. And we're going to start with Ryan. We already know the picks. We know how this goes. This is your first Halloween special Mortal Lock of the year. It's going to be a big one.
I'm on fucking fire in my Mortal Locks, and it's not stopping anytime soon. We're going back to the forces. Army minus 22.5 versus Air Force.
Bang!
Air Force is one of the worst teams in college football. Army just has this huge thing. Navy lost last week. This is Army's control to the promised land. Maybe they make the college football playoffs. Who knows? We don't know. We love Army. They're going to kill Air Force. Air Force might not score 10 points. Army scores 50.
I love Army, especially because I'm also going Armed Forces. Navy lost last week. First loss to Navy. They're mispriced again. 12-point favorites at Rice. Rice fucking sucks. 2-6 on the season for Rice. Navy's only lost 1 game. We're riding with the midshipmen. Navy
it.
minus 12.
Armed Forces never
Boom.
down.
Armed Forces. Love the Armed Forces. Shout out USA. And shout out the Hoosiers. We're going Indiana minus 7.5.
wow.
Going against Michigan State. The Spartans, they suck. They hung in there against Michigan because Michigan is also ass, but they still lost to an ass team. That means a good team who's going to face them is going to absolutely murder them.
Sure.
Curtis Rourke might be coming back. Even more of a reason to get it now before the skyrockets way up.
Way up.
Way up.
Tommy?
Today, I put a bullet in someone's head because he looked at me the wrong way. Not a good idea to look at Tommy Shelby the wrong way.
Not at all.
By the order of the Peaky Blinders, the pick is Vanderbilt plus 6.5 at Auburn.
Auburn's dead.
I like it.
There you have it.
Auburn's dead.
I love it. $1,000. Subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Tommy, we're going back to you. Before they click out and enjoy the Halloween evening, remind them what they need to do one more time.
If you haven't, click like, click subscribe, leave a comment for Michael, for Tyler, for Alan and his child. For Michael, click the notification bell.
Ding, 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 ding.
And we'll pay you on Monday. We'll announce the winner.
Cha-chinga.
Fuck off. We'll see you next week.
Ding,
Okay.
ding, 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 ding.
Bang, 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 bang.